As a Tesla investor, where do you see Tesla's market cap in the next couple of years? The past months have been difficult for Tesla, just as it's been for almost every automobile company. However, the car company has started the new year with incredible demand and an upward trending stock price. And if it keeps moving like this, Tesla's market cap is sure to rise exponentially, possibly going back to $1 trillion in valuation. Hey guys, welcome back to Tesla Tomorrow. Not so long ago, Tesla had a $1 trillion valuation and was part of a tiny but exclusive club of companies that had broken through the threshold. However, there are just 3 companies that have remained in this group, and they include Apple, Microsoft, and Alphabet. In 2021, Tesla earned a spot on this list when the automaker's market cap surpassed the $1 trillion marker for the first time, thanks to a rising share price that followed strong earnings and news that Hertz would buy several $1 billion worth of Tesla cars. Reaching this milestone was an enormous achievement for Tesla, placing it in an elite group of companies that at the time also included Amazon and Facebook, although Tesla was still in the shadows of Apple and Microsoft's $2 trillion+ market caps. Tesla's share price had hit $1,036.63 before settling at just under $1,025 at market close for a valuation of $1.01 trillion. However, stock with Tesla had fallen hard, losing nearly 60% of its value, just like Facebook, which first hit the $1 trillion marker in June, but eventually had its valuation sink to around $927 billion. While Tesla's valuation may have fallen drastically since this period, there is still a possibility that the car company will reach the $1 trillion valuation point again. But could this really be possible? Let's find out. But before we do, if you like this type of content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications to keep up to date on everything going on with Tesla. Over the long haul, Tesla doesn't seem like it's going to run off the road, and it is obvious that the automaker still has plenty of opportunities for growth. While the valuation will require a near tripling in value for Tesla stock, it is still possible, but investors may need patience to wait for a number of years for that to happen. There's no doubt Elon Musk and Tesla have brought electric vehicles into the mainstream, and while there were other EVs before Tesla, it was the Roadster that changed the auto industry due to the range of its battery, its speed, acceleration, and the price that made it comparable to gas-powered cars. Tesla is largely responsible for bringing the electric vehicle into the public eye by introducing the Roadster as a potential option for buyers with its incredible features. Now the company has a full lineup of somewhat affordable EVs for consumers, causing most legacy automakers to start scrambling to catch up. Tesla lost over half of its value since April amidst economic downturns and increasing competitions in the EV sector, and some analysts are questioning whether or not Tesla could become a $1 trillion stock again in the future. Since holding the title in 2022, Tesla stock has dropped in value by more than 60%, and bulls and bears both have their own versions of what the automaker's future could hold. Tesla's sales have been growing across Europe over the past several months, though its dent in the German automotive market may just be beginning to hit its stride. Last year, Tesla overtook Volkswagen as the country's best-selling electric vehicle brand, and it just reached a huge new sales milestone last month, indicating the company's continued growth. Tesla's sales in Germany jumped up by 912.2% year-over-year in January, with 4,241 EVs sold during that month. This sale represented 2.4% of Germany's auto market as a whole during the month, and in no small part due to the automaker's opening of a new Gigafactory last year. As Tesla only officially opened up its Gigafactory in Berlin, Brandenburg, the year-over-year accomplishment looks even more impressive. And while January's sales weren't that impressive for Tesla in recent months, the comparison to January 2022 points to how much the automaker has been able to ramp up domestic production in Germany within the last year. Likewise, Tesla is also ramping up its production with its 4680 battery. In recent news, Tesla gave an update on the progress of ramping up the 4680 battery cell production, and it is certain that they are making progress. The automaker also appears to be reducing dependencies on the new cell. Tesla's approach to using giant casting machines to make their car bodies with just a few massive casted parts is actually catching on in the auto industry. In 2021, the car company stated that it is working with about half a dozen other automakers taking the same approach. Considering Tesla's fundamentals, it is obvious that it will make at least $10,000 per every one of its cars delivered. and there are also possibilities that this profit per car may increase in the coming months, further leading it to a $1 trillion valuation. However, this may not be as easy as it first seems. And there are several reasons as to why it may take a while for Tesla to regain this market cap, at least judging by how long it took other companies to get there. Apple took the longest, hitting the mark more than 37 years after it started trading in 1980, followed by Microsoft, which took a bit more than 33 years. Amazon needed 21 years, while Google reached that mark for the first time after 15 years. It's not uncommon for companies that reached the $1 trillion benchmark to slip back below it, and going by the difficulties that the automaker faced in the past months, it is only to be expected that Tesla's valuation would take a hit. Despite the expected growth in demand for EVs, Tesla and other manufacturers have a number of hurdles that they've got to surmount to make achieving their goals more feasible. Tesla's demand is propped up by tax credits, price cuts, and if those go away, sales could falter. The Inflation Reduction Act passed in August created a new array of incentives for the next few years, and while Tesla's demand may not be entirely dependent on this, the tax credit is still one reason why Tesla's demand is growing. Another challenge that Tesla's got to overcome is the effects of EVs on the electrical grid. The electrical grid will be severely stressed from all the EVs that plug in to charge, and it will need to be overhauled. That may not be feasible or cheap to accomplish, as this will result in large costs for generating, transmitting, and storing power. Also, EV makers face soaring costs for infinite resources, particularly for the batteries needed to power their vehicles. Lithium, for example, is a key component of EV batteries, and it currently costs about 1,000 times more than it did 2 years ago. Electric vehicles also require substantial amounts of graphite, cobalt, rare earth metals, and nickel, and the total global production of these metals cannot reach the demand for them. Even though there is a possibility for Tesla to attain the $1 trillion, the real question is whether Tesla can maintain this market cap. Tesla is facing increased competition in the EV market from major automakers. Lucid Motors recently released a model that's got a range that is about 100 miles further than a Tesla, which is potentially making Lucid more attractive for car buyers. Tesla has to constantly deal with the rising competition in the EV industry, and to do this, there is a need to continuously improve its software and launch more exciting products into the market. Tesla is having a rough time selling cars in China. Although sales in November were up 90% year over year, it was a result of cutting prices and providing greater incentives to buyers. The 100,000 vehicles sold was also half of what Chinese rival BYD sold, and competition in Europe is also expected to be fierce too. It is noteworthy that while Tesla may eventually reach a $1 trillion market cap, just like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet, there are a number of reasons as to why the automaker differs from the rest of the group. Tesla's sales and earnings are far lower than others, and the automaker's forecast for the next couple of years is far less than that of Amazon and Apple, although the car company did surpass Facebook, whose shares are slipping further following the release of a large trove of internal documents. Likewise, Tesla CEO Elon Musk still has his attention elsewhere, and may not be entirely focused on the car company. Do you think Tesla can return to a $1 trillion valuation? Let us know down below, and if you want to know more about what Tesla's been up to in the last few days, go ahead and click on this next video on your screen. See you there.